Hello, it's Melissa with Meraki Healing Arts with the Late Night Tarot read. So we're going to just do a general collective for Taurus and see what comes out. And I meant to start my incense and I didn't do that, but just move it aside for now. All right, what do we need to know? What do we need to know? What do we need to know for Taurus? Been a little inconsistent with posting, as there's just always a lot going on. I need to make better time management, but work a full-time job, and I have a business that I formed the business in December, and then I was looking for a house. Bought a house, moved, that was a whole big process. And then during all of that, during the move and after the move, I was doing college classes online for state certifications with work and trying to get settled in my new house. So finding a house, selling a house, buying a house, doing college classes, forming the business, trying to market the business, trying to get the business built, having a plan for what part of my house was going to be used for that, and then totally reconfiguring the plans just to make better use of the space. And slow process of going through things that I don't need, getting rid of them, and getting the space set up. And then, just life, let's see. My poor cat, I haven't mentioned her on here in a while, but my lovely tarot cat, Maggie, was not doing well and was sick, and I had to have her put to sleep a while back, not very long ago. And so that was a whole thing. And then I was really sick for a couple weeks, just run down from everything, doing so much in life. But I'm trying to bounce back from it all and just stay focused on my blessings and moving forward and continuing to grow my business and do the things that I need to move forward at my day job. So we got one. All right, what else do we have, Spirit? So anyway, life's been busy. I'm sure it is for everybody else. We've got a Ten of Wands, which is, Ten of Wands is like you have been burdened by something for a while. The Nine of Wands is you're all up in your head, and the Ten of Wands is you are at the end of that. You're ready to release all the burdens that you've been holding on to for a while. So whatever has had you stressing out in your head, it seems like you have moved through to the end of that, and I view a 10 as a completion and ready for a new cycle. So there's your Ten of Wands. So what were you releasing, or what is coming up next? That is the question. That is the question. Trying to get comfortable. I was trying to switch which chair that I was sitting in, and I think this one feels a little more comfortable, except it's not quite as tall. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. All right, let me grab the one that fell on the floor as that one flew out. And we have a couple that flew out. Oh, we have a bunch. Huh. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, so I asked, what are you moving on from? And then what is coming? So what you're moving on from was Six of Pentacles in reverse. So feeling like whether this is in a job, a situation, a partnership, romantic, family, friends, whatever, feeling like you were giving and not receiving equally in return. So that may have had you burdened in the past. Maybe that's was us looked at that Ten of Wands as an end of cycles, and I'm hearing karmic cycles. So maybe in the past you had all kinds of situations or relationships around you in your life where you poured more into others than what they poured into you. And ending those karmic cycles is you are coming out of a time, releasing a time where there was more giving than receiving. You are coming out of a time of Eight of Wands in reverse. So that means no communication, limited communication. Maybe there's people in your life who you've held back full communication with for whatever reason while you were releasing some of these burdens and these cycles, maybe healing, and kind of off to your own to do that internal work. The next card out in the spread that you are also releasing is Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands can be deception. It can be self-deception, but it can also just be a guardedness, not being able to be vulnerable, maybe because of those Ten of Wands situations, things in your past where you felt like you gave and gave and gave and you didn't receive. You were very guarded. So maybe you are learning to trust in the universe and believe that that doesn't have to be a continuing story for you. Believe to receive. I'm hearing believe to receive. And what is coming is the Ten of Cups. Oh, that's so sweet. So there's two angelic kind of looking figures, and they're old. They're older. So maybe you're an older couple, but they're all hugged up and kissing, and they're touching each other's faces so tenderly, standing under this tree of life. And I don't know why all of these other cups don't really look like cups. They look like windows with all these different trees. All these other well, they kind of look like trees and landscapes. Some look like a beach's edge or a field, a land. They're a little distorted. That's why I love looking at the details in cards. But what I'm getting from this is maybe you're an older couple, but this Ten of Cups is something that's going to last into the remainder of your days. So it's a very stable, loving, grounded and rooted with that tree partnership that's coming in. So if you are getting ready to receive that, build that, deepen a bond with someone to that, that's absolutely beautiful energy. And you are also coming into being or embodying the high priest or high priestess. So you have really tapped into your inner guide, your intuition, knowing yourself, trusting that intuition and following it, using discernment and wisdom and making your choices. See if we have anything else for the collective. That's beautiful. I love that. Moving on from all those Ten of Wands, all of that up in your head, all of that stress, all of that worry, holding on to things from the past hurts. And, Taurus, that makes so much sense for the Taurus collective. We are known to be so loyal and so giving. And I always say, why do we have a hard time finding love? It's not that we have a hard time finding love. It's that we love with such a loyal fierceness, and we expect that or want that out of everyone else. And not everybody can embody that deep loyalty and commitment that a Taurus has. So I don't know if you have another earth sign coming into your life, or just someone who, has done the work and they've healed and they want a true, committed and caring partnership. But that's what it looks like with that older couple there, with all that groundedness in the trees. So that is so pretty. So, so pretty. And don't get hung up on, it was an older white couple on the cards. That doesn't matter. That's just that artist's depiction. So, you could be multicultural. You could be a same-sex relationship, same-sex partnership. It doesn't matter. It's just embodying that love is something that will last. It will stand the test of time. So that was a lovely little read. I really like that. Can we get anything regarding Taurus's career? Can we get something for Taurus's career? What do we have? Thank you. Ooh, Knight of Pentacles. So the Knight is the action taker. The Pentacles is all about stability, growth, and finances, but can be a slow-moving energy. But the Knight is a little faster than, the Page is like you're just starting out. The Knight is taking kind of a more quicker, decisive action, but it's not as fast as like the really impulsive Knight of Wands, or clear, thought out, focused Knight of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles, you are making steady progress in your finance, your career. You're taking the action that you need to. It just might be a little slower than what you wish. And I'm hearing at first. Don't lose heart. Let's see what else is coming up for your career for the Taurus collective. Why are my cards sticking? They were gliding real good and now they're sticking. There we go. Just got to get the angle right. What else do we have for the Taurus collective for career? Do we have any positive growth? Do we have anything we need to be aware of? Kind of feel like I'm going to do a couple more pulls with this deck, and I want to move to another deck. I have a couple of other just tarot decks, just the art is different on them. And when you're feeling pulled, you're feeling pulled. Okay, Ace of Cups in a career read. Well, let's hope you're not getting into a situation at work with the boss, but maybe this is, you are having loving partnerships where it is someone that you are collaborating and working with, and it's also a love situation. So I would never suggest to mess around with coworkers and think you're hiding something, or mess around with a boss. That's a big no-no. But if this is a partnership where you're growing a business or helping each other grow your businesses together, and there's not like a big discrepancy with the hierarchy, maybe you each kind of have your own thing, and then you're meshing parts of it together and helping each other grow. So it's a collaborative effort. Okay, we can deal with that. But I am not one for like, oh, workplace dalliances. Yes, dalliances. All right, let's see what else. It could also just signify with Ace of Cups that you're, like I said, that you're feeling supported by those in your work environment. So that could be your clientele. That could be your customers or your coworkers. So, but I'm really feeling that that's it could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling that it is you joining forces with a partner that you work with and also have a loving partnership with. So that would be great. That would be great. If you're like-minded, you have similar goals, you're supportive of each other's dreams and visions, and you wouldn't try to hinder each other from your own individual paths and your combined paths, then I think that's okay. Really doesn't work if you're not in alignment, if you're not spiritually aligned, if you don't kind of have some of the same dreams and visions for your work. But let's see what else we have for the career read for the Taurus Collective. If anything else we need to know about what's coming for the Taurus Collective for career. Oh, don't want to lose the deck. Oh, all right, I'm going to take that flipper. Page of Pentacles, so learning something new. The pages are, the youngest in the deck. And when it's related to your Pentacles, I would take that as you're a new student. You're learning something new. So that could be anything. You could be going back to school for something. You could be taking a new course of study to further your career. You could be learning new technology to help grow a business, a platform, new marketing skills. If you're a healer, new healing skills. So whatever it is, it's new learning and expanding your skills in your career. So if you're doing that, congratulations. You're never too old to learn, grow, and expand. Growth is a beautiful, positive thing. So I don't care how old you are. Never be discouraged. Never stay stuck in a box of, well, this is what I've always done, or this is what I've always been. If you have a dream, a passion to create something new, go for it. Go for it. Life is just too short, too dang short, too short to not follow your dreams and your goals and your visions. So if you don't try, you know what the answer will be? The answer will always be, nope, you won't have that. So don't put that limit on yourself. All right, we got anything else for the career read? A couple more cards. Give me 2 more cards, please, Spirit. 2 more cards for career read for Taurus. Anything else, or do we need to go to a new deck? Oh, I'm feeling so pulled to that other deck. Okay, Spirit. Okay. These ones glide so much better. Just a slidey, or that's not a word. A more slippery finish to the cards, so they just so much smoother. All right, what do we have? Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like the way that looks. So it's a 6 of Swords, which I thought the 6 of Swords is all about like victory, but the artwork on that card is really trippy. It's like she's some kind of a bird or a swan, and she's laying there. There's like, I'll have to cover it because there's like this female naked body there, and the swords are behind her, but I don't know. I guess it's rest after hard work. So that's where your victory comes. It was a hard fought win in your career. Maybe you've been working really hard for a while to build a business, get your education, get a promotion, just make some strides. And the six of Swords is, let me make sure now. Believe that, no, maybe I have it mixed up because the 6 of Wands is victory. Here, let's do let me make sure, because I don't want to read that wrong. 6 of Swords, meaning unnecessary transition. Yeah, moving from a difficult, stagnant situation towards calmer, more peaceful waters, a new beginning, relief, emotional healing. It usually, yeah, that's right. It's because the imagery is so different on this card. Usually shows a boat carrying people away from troubled waters and towards new shores, symbolizing the release of burdens and journey to a better place. So maybe it's just financially in your career that you're moving to a better place. That maybe you're completely leaving one job for another job, or that is on the horizon. And so I guess now that I'm looking at it with it like, oh, it's the boat. Yeah, that's why it doesn't look that way. Because it's a forest at the bottom, and then instead of it being water, it's like this fog. And I guess that the lady and the bird or whatever, that's supposed to be a boat. But it's trippy art. So that's the confusion. But I was right. 6 of Swords. I was right with the definition of and the meaning of the card. It just, when it's not a real traditional artwork, sometimes that gives you a deeper meaning, but sometimes it's very confusing. So, okay. And, all right, well, we have love, we have career. What do we get for spiritual growth? Wow, oh my gosh, the minute that I thought it, we had like a whole bunch flip out. What do we have? Oh, Queen of Swords. Someone who's able to speak her truth very, very clearly. She knows what she wants. She knows what she believes. Can be a little blunt, but I always look at the Queen of Swords as just the truth speaker. She's not afraid to stand in her truth and speak her truth. Speak up for what she wants. The 9 of Pentacles, and that could be male or female. You're just embodying that. So that was our Queen of Swords. And our 9 of Pentacles. So you're pretty independent. I'm hearing that she's got her own. Who was that? She's got her own. Just literally heard that a couple days ago. Miss Independent. She's got her own. Page of Swords. You are, and we had that in career. We had we had the Page of Pentacles, Page of Swords. Page of Swords is kind of watching, can be spying, learning, trying to learn. So we have the Page of Swords, but it does look like you're kind of, you're hustling somebody. So I don't know what that's about. Queen of Cups, very loving, nurturing individual. Maybe you're just trying to listen to the universe. Maybe you're trying to listen to your guides. I don't know what that little, do I hear anything? What's coming next? Spiritually, I mean, we were asking about spiritually, so you're asking, you're listening, you're trying to find out, you're snooping in on the universe, saying what's going on. Maybe that's just because you're watching this tarot read. How silly. You're spying in and you're like, well, what's coming? The Queen of Cups, if you're embodying that energy, male or female. Queen of Cups is just highly intuitive, very loving, very nurturing. She's able to give and receive love. I don't know why her head is detached from her and it's a moon, but she is wearing the crown. Maybe you keep your emotions, you try to keep your emotions a little detached from you or a little hidden from others, knowing how deep your feelings really are, but you're holding that cup right there. You're not clutching it real tight, but it's right there. And you have a lot of love to give, whether that's to a partner or just to the world. Very, very loving, kind, nurturing energy. And the moon. So some things we were talking about in this spread, spirituality. Some things are hidden from you, and sometimes the messages are still beyond the veil because it's not time for us to know. It's for our protection because things are supposed to come in divine timing, and that's what I'm getting is divine timing. Things are working out behind the scenes. You don't know everything. She's kind of, wow, that's trippy. Hmm. She's looking into, I guess that's the moon, but it actually looks like a ghostly figure. So spiritually, you're connecting to past loved ones, and they are, wow, yeah. And, oh, trippy, trippy, trippy. So her dress, the back of her dress, was wondering, like, wait a minute. She's literally, like, her toes that are sticking out are skeleton, and her back, it's like the bare bones are sticking out. So you really have, it's like your backbones. So you have so much strength and resiliency. Like your backbone is, with that Queen of Swords, speaking your truth and knowing what you want and standing up for yourself. You've had to defend yourself. It's left you very depleted if your backbone is out there, and everyone can see she's got a damn backbone. You don't hide that from the world. You're going to stand up for yourself when you need to. And it was probably really hard. You fought hard to become that person from things that you went through. So again, male or female, it's just an energy that you're embodying. You went through a lot of crap, and you're not going to take any crap. Spirit is there protecting you. You're talking to your guides. Some things are hidden from you with that moon spiritually for your own protection. And that may be because Spirit knows that you've really had a hard journey already. And spiritually, you are coming into abundance because of your spirituality. 10 of Pentacles is a time of abundance. So that's wonderful to see. And the last card in the spread is 7 of Cups, which is many options for you. So spiritually, you have a lot of new things that are going to open up for you, a lot of new doors, a lot of new options. That could be clientele, jobs, new healing modalities. So whatever that is, beautiful spread. And that ends the read for Taurus. Have a great night.